Namaste students, this is the fourth session of the chapter The Living World. In the previous session we have discussed about diversity in the living world. We have discussed what is identification, what is nomenclature, and we have discussed about binomial nomenclature, that is assigning the scientific name or giving a standard name to the living organisms using two words, that is binomial nomenclature. And we have discussed various rules for assigning a standard name to the living organisms, and we have discussed about various organizations that usually frames rules and criteria for naming any living organism, like ICBN, ICZN, ICNB, etc. And in addition to that, we have also discussed about classification and systematics. So today we will study about classification and how classification has been done into various categories, and what are those categories and how are those categories arranged. So as you know, classification is not a single step process. So before classifying an organism, the organism has to be identified and a standard name or scientific name has to be given. That says that before classification, the organism has to be identified and it has to be given name, standard name, that is nomenclature. So after nomenclature and after identifying the characteristic features of the living organisms, then only we can categorize those living organisms. So classification is not a single step process, it involves many steps, or it involves series of steps, and classification is mainly done by categorizing the living organisms. Okay. So living organisms are categorized based on the similarities or dissimilarities found between the living organisms. So the similarities may be based on morphological characteristic features or anatomical characteristic features. Okay. So based on similarities or based on identifying characteristic feature, if the organisms have similar characteristic feature, then they are categorized or they are grouped into one category, and that particular category where organisms are categorized based on the similarities found among them is known as taxonomic category, and taxonomic category can be referred to as rank. Taxonomic category can be referred to as rank, and there are many such ranks found in classification. Okay, you know that there are 7 basic types of ranks or taxonomic categories, and all these taxonomic categories, they are arranged in a specific order. They are arranged in specific order, and this type of arrangement of taxonomic categories in a particular order is known as taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, arrangement of taxonomic categories in a particular order or specific order is known as taxonomic hierarchy. And you know that under taxonomic hierarchy there are taxonomic categories, and there are 7 different types of taxonomic categories or ranks identified under classification. And those taxonomic categories or ranks are species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, and kingdom. Okay. As I mentioned earlier in the previous class, the similarities or characteristic features will be more similar when compared to species. So species have maximum similarities. Species include group of organisms, and these group of organisms have got maximum similarities. As you move on from species to kingdom, the similarities, number of similarities decreases. Okay, as you move on from species to kingdom, number of similarities decrease. So species are those group of organisms that have fundamental similarities or more or maximum similarities. Now let us define each of the rank or each of taxonomic category. So first we'll discuss what is species. We'll note down what is species. So species are a group of individual organisms which have fundamental similarities. Group of individual organisms which share fundamental similarities. That indicates that species are group of organisms that are closely related because they have got more similarities or fundamental similarities. The next rank or taxonomic category is genus. Genus is group of related species that have more characters common in comparison to species and other genera. Okay. Genus are group of related species and they have more characters common in compared to species. Okay. So such a group of taxonomic category is known as genus. The next taxonomic category is family. Family includes group of related genera. Family includes group of related genera with less number of similarities. So compared to genus as well as species, they have got less number of similarities. Next, order. The next taxonomic category is order. Order is a group of organisms where one or more related families are assigned. Okay. Order is such a group which has got one or more related families, and these members under the family, they share few similar characteristics. I have already mentioned that as you move on from species to kingdom, the number of similarity decreases. So family has group of genera with less number of similarities, and order includes group of related families slightly having less similarities. So the next taxonomic category is class. So class includes group of living organisms where one or more related orders are assigned. Okay. Class includes one or more related orders. How the orders are assigned to a class? Under the class, how there will be one or more related orders based on certain similarities. Okay. So class is a group where one or more related orders are formed. And the next category is taxonomic category is phylum or division. Remember that, phylum or division. So phylum or division comprises of one or more related classes. Okay, phylum or division comprises one or more related classes. Okay, and here we have particularly given two terms, that is phylum as well as division. You have to remember that the term phylum is usually used for animals. Phylum is used for animals. While classification of animals are done, then we have to mention about phylum. And division is that particular taxonomic category that is mainly used for plants. Used for plants. Okay. So phylum is used for animals during classification of animals. Division is used during classification of plants. And the highest taxonomic category is the kingdom. And you have already studied that there are various kingdoms. Especially the present system of classification has got 5 different kingdoms. Right? Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae and Kingdom Animalia. Okay, so kingdom is the highest taxonomic category. So you have to remember that as you move on from species to kingdom, the number of similarities decrease. Okay, and each taxonomic category is the unit of classification. Each taxonomic category is the unit of classification, and each taxonomic category can be referred to as rank or tax. taxon. Let us study in detail about species, that is the taxonomic category or the rank species. As we have noted earlier, species are group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities. That indicates that species have certain organisms and they share fundamental similarities. Okay, so such group of individual organisms having fundamental similarities are called species. Okay, a species can be distinguished from another species. So how to distinguish one species from the another species? Especially by noting down some of the morphological differences. So what do you mean by morphological differences? Morphology is the external features, or morphological characters are the external features of the organism. So a species can be distinguished from another species mainly based on morphological differences among them. Okay, so by noting down the morphological differences, we can distinguish one species from another. So let us take some example. Okay, so some of the examples, I have written the scientific name of some of the organisms. Panthera leo, Solanum tuberosum, Mangifera indica. So here Panthera leo is the scientific name of lion. Scientific name of lion. Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato. Mangifera indica is the scientific name of mango. Scientific name of mango. So here you know that scientific name should have two words, and what are those two words we generally use for noting down the scientific name? The first word represents genus name, second word represents species name or specific epithet. Okay, so here leo, tuberosum and indica represent species or specific epithet. Remember, leo, tuberosum and indica represents species name or specific epithet. Specific epithet. Okay, whereas Panthera, Solanum and Mangifera represents genus name. Okay, as I told, a species can be distinguished from another species based on morphological differences. Okay, for example, if we take Panthera leo. Okay, so Panthera leo is the scientific name of lion, and there is one more species included under the same genus. You know that Panthera is genus, leo is species. So Panthera leo is lion and leo is species name. The same genus Panthera has one more species, that is Panthera tigris. Panthera tigris. So this is the scientific name of tiger. Scientific name of tiger. So what does this say? The species are different, but it belongs to same genus or same genera. Okay. So how we categorize them into two different species, even though they belong to same genera? How do we distinguish them into two different species? Based on some morphological differences, or by comparing their morphological similarities and differences, we categorize them into two different species. Two different species. Similarly, the genus Solanum includes a species known as tuberosum, and Solanum tuberosum is potato. The same way, the Solanum genera includes one more species, that is Solanum melongena, and Solanum melongena is the scientific name of brinjal. So here this indicates that there are species, different species under each genera or under each genus. Okay, so under each genus there are different species. And how do we distinguish one species with another species? They are mainly distinguished based on their morphological differences. Okay, the same way we have already noted down the scientific name of mango, that is Mangifera indica. Here indica refers to species name, whereas Mangifera refers to genus name. Okay, the same way scientific name of human being. What is the scientific name of human being? Scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. Here Homo refers to genus name, sapiens refers to species name. And you have to remember that there are certain genera which may be having only one species. Okay, there are certain genera which may be having more than one species. For example, Panthera genus has more than one species. There is species Leo as well as species Tigris. Whereas there are certain genera like Homo which has got only one